You're working in NASA. Every kid's dream to work in NASA, particularly me and my kids. Tell me about some of the innovations that you're using artificial intelligence in space.
No, the beautiful thing about artificial intelligence is really across all the sectors, the same technology. So one of the main applications that I'm excited about is using vehicles, autonomous vehicles, for example. We've been using them on the surface of Mars. And the challenge is, once you start getting away from Earth, the signal takes so long to go back and forth, so we have to depend on an autonomous system to be able to do these kind of things. So there are autonomous system working right now. We're going to develop the next generation to make them even at a higher level of accuracy and fidelity. And they will be able to do decisions, analyze things completely on their own without having instructions from a human. Before we send humans to Mars, we need to build a habitat and have everything ready for them. And we've been doing research trying to build habitable structures with 3D printers. The challenge is, if you make a small mistake at the base and you keep going, the whole thing will collapse. So how do we make sure that they're built properly? So we use visual recognition with artificial intelligence, and if there is any issue, we can correct and then continue building the structures in a proper way, right? So in addition to this, we're using it to discover new planets. There is a mission called Kepler, for example, and it looks for habitable planets. And habitable planets in the habitable zone is like planets like Earth, about the same distance from a star, about the same size. And the way we use artificial intelligence is we look, for example, if we have a star and the planet is going, crossing the star in the orbit, there is a slight, very small dim in the brightness of the sun, of the star. And that tells you there's a planet, depending on the frequency. You can tell the distance, depending on so many things. So AI is helping us with that. And quickly, we have 3 missions, for example. We had the Hubble, we have James Webb, and we're working on Roman. And each one of them is orders of magnitude more data. And without AI, it's going to be hard to make sense out of these kind of things. And the last one is in aeronautics as well, because NASA's in the aeronautics field. And in the future, the skies will be filled with flying vehicles, with drones. How do you control the flight control systems of the future? So we're doing a lot of research, and what's interesting, I've been looking at recently as well, there is a phenomenon called starling murmurations, where you find thousands of birds flying everywhere, and flying together and doing formations, but they never hit each other, they never collide. So I wonder if one day we'll be able to learn what, and maybe AI can help us with this. How can we learn how these things communicate and synchronize in such an incredible way and translate that into production?